Namaste. In another video, we created this bigger size hinge joint. Now we are gonna create this smaller size hinge joint, which you can see at the right. This one. The technique for it is completely the same. That is, we're gonna we are gonna make wires like this, and we're gonna insert it like this so that it rotates from the inside. This is the basic concept of making it. It is completely same like the bigger one, but the thing over here is that what we have to do is there are little bit issues that can arise, and I will explain that in this video. So first thing is that you have to take these three wires and you have to bend them like this in shape, and you have to stick them together with the help of a masking tape. Before that, what we will do is I will take some Fevicryl molded clay. There are various tutorials regarding this clay on my YouTube channel. You can check those out. Or if you want the links, please message me in the comments. I will just reply you with the links. So once you have made the clay, you have to add it on the joint and you have to make it in this kind of shape. Make sure that you mix the clay properly and only take required quantities of clay. Don't take it too much. I'm not explaining anything regarding this clay in this video because that will unnecessarily make it longer. If you want to know anything about this clay in detail, there are many videos on my channel. So make sure that you make it in this shape. Now the thing is that we are making smaller size and thin joints, so you have to make sure that you use as much as less clay as possible, and you try to make it in proper shape. And like this you have to make a hole. I'm using a pin tool to make a hole. Please be careful while using it. And you can see it over here what kind of shape I'm taking. Now we have to use less clay and we have to make it thin, but it must not be that much thin, so such that that clay just comes out or keeps on breaking, right? Now these things you will understand once you're making it, once after you make some mistakes, and then you will learn it will try with help of trial and error methods. So like this shape you have to make, and you can make a perfect hole inside with the help of a brush, which I had done just some time before. You can see that, right? Again I'll show it to you. You can see like this, and also you can just insert the brush and then move it like this. Now make sure that see this brush, it is little bit thin at one side and thick at other side. Now I have made this joints many times, that's why I am using it like it. But my suggestion to you is use a pencil, small size pencil or small size pen, or you can use a pen refill as well, which is even at both the sides. So your hole will also be even at both the sides, or else what will happen is that it will be smaller from one side and bigger at another side. Then the issue will be that your joint won't move properly. So it must be even and proper from both the sides. Now in case if you don't have anything, then what you can do is just insert the brush from both the sides, like one side from this side of the hole and other side from that side of the hole, so that the hole becomes proper even in shape. Now you can see what I am doing is I'm just pressing the sides on a spatula, because I also want the sides to be flat, so that whenever I attach the joint, it gets a proper movement, right? The smaller one is little difficult to make compared to the bigger one. So in case if you are watching the smaller video first, and if you haven't watched the video of a complex hinge joint bigger size, then I would suggest that do watch that first, so that is a little bit, or I would say more easy compared to this one. Because whenever you're creating bigger shapes, or if you're creating bigger characters or bigger size artworks, it is little bit easy compared to creating extremely small size artworks. Okay, now I'll just make sure that the hole is more proper, so that the joint forms more properly. And now I will keep this to harden for around 2 hours, and you can also make designs on it like this if you want, it's optional. So now I will take two smaller wires, and then I will add clay on this. Sorry because I couldn't record a video with smaller wires, I'm just showing it how to do with help of bigger wires. You have to make this kind of shape like this so that the shape gets inserted into the hole, and then what you have to do is allow it to harden for around 2 hours first, and then after you have to insert it into the hole. Make the make this shape slightly bigger than the hole, only slightly bigger, not much. So once after you can when after that is hardened, you can see, sorry, that you can see that it can be put it in, we can put it like this. Now there are chances that it might not go in just in case if it is bigger, but there are also chances like this to happen. You can see these things mainly happen whenever we are creating smaller size joints. So what I will do is I will add just glue in it, and it will stick to it properly, and that won't be an issue. The glue that I will be using is Astral Vetra. I have shown that glue in many of my other tutorials as well. You can check that out. I use this glue because it has this funnel, and this is not I'm not endorsing on something, my channel is not that big. So but yeah, it has this small funnel, so we can put the glue in very deep, tiny, or very at places where we cannot just put it in by hands. Okay, so like this you have to put the glue over here like this. My suggestions to you is that also put a little glue to the place where the clay and the wires meet, like this, so that it sticks properly. And you can see now I will allow it to harden. Now this clay is little bit, it can stick to your hands, so please be careful. If it does, then put your hand in some warm water. Okay, so after inserting, you can see like this our joint will look. You can see that the hole is properly being, that our cylinder is properly inserted into the hole. I'll just remove it again so that you can see over here like this. These things can happen, that the side clay might get removed, and these things can happen little bit, but the main thing is that the middle cylinder that has to stay intact, so that it will get inserted properly inside. So later on the side things which are side parts which are fallen, we can later on add clay on it, and our joint will be ready. So what I will be doing right now over here is I will be bending the other side like this. Why I'm doing this? Because whenever we add other parts in the front like a hand or something, it can give a proper support to it to hold it. Those things we will understand more betterly whenever we are creating something using joints. Currently in this video I'm only explaining how to create the joints. So you can see like this, our joint is ready. This is a complex smaller hinge joint, and in also at the side there is a bigger size hinge joint. The bigger size one is more little bit easy compared to this one, and my suggestion to you is watch that tutorial first as well, because that is more easy to make. Now there one thing, that is these things that can happen whenever we are working on this smaller size, is that sometimes the clay gets stuck to the joint part only, and the these things mainly happen whenever we are adding glue somewhere, and that glue gets spread up and it goes into the joint. So whenever that thing happens, there is only one issue that so there is only one thing that can be done, that is we have to redo as many things as possible. So first thing is, that is the correcting the mistakes. That is, first, now over here you can see that the clay has been stuck inside because of glue. It has not stuck like that only, it is stuck because of glue, because that glue got spread in. So what I am doing is I am trying to remove it with the help of a pin tool. Now why I am trying to remove it like this? Because I am doing my best to not damage this main circle part, so that that can be reused again and again. I can make another joint with the help of that. Because it takes efforts to create this, and it is our duty not to make our efforts go waste. These things will keep happening, they happen with me as well. So there is no need to give up. If these things happen, you can fail at making them two to three times, but later on, maybe fourth, fifth time, or even in the first try, you can get it right. I always keep failing despite of working on this so many times. It keeps happening with me every time. So you can see over here, I'm just removing whatever excess parts that are remaining. So what I will do now is that with I will use this once again, and I'll again add clay on this, and again I'll create that part, that cylindrical part or something like that, and I will once that is hardened up, I will insert it in our hole. So like this, after adding the clay at the sides, our joint will look. You can see this is how it can be function, and we can use it in creating action figures as well. I have used the same technique for the elbow joints over here. You can see these smaller joints are more useful, smaller size in joints, whenever we are creating action figures, because if we create bigger size, then there are chances that this joint might not be able to hold the weight. So they are effective. Mainly they are better to create smaller size. You can see I have also added that same thing for the shoulder joints as well. So I hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Till then, see you next time with some new creation. Bye bye.